Close a major thoroughfare in downtown Auckland. Build a pinball-inspired racetrack with customised motion sensor technology. Invite the world's best to come and play. This is Drift Shifters.
I wanted to bring the sport to the people, so for us to do it in the CBD is just massive, not only just for myself, for the sport, but for Auckland itself, for its first ever motorsport event. To be able to take out any human error and to be able to execute a scoring system, will pick up and gauge exactly how fast the car is going, exactly how much angle it is pulling, and exactly how close and the proximity to the clipping points and zones is going to make Red Bull Drift Shifters.
So Red Bull approached us, and the idea was to use drift cars as the pinballs in a pinball game. This is the 2-metre sensor. That's going to be used underneath the truck body, so as the drift cars are sliding underneath the truck, this will pick them up, and that'll give us the message to give them bonus points for that truck. This one's where all the points are. This is a 500mm sensor, and you've got to be right close to the barriers before you'll trigger this one, and that's when the bonus scores and so on are coming. The cars come around the track, their bumpers will trigger, as you can see there. Trigger this, they've got to be inside 500mm, and then they transmit their information back to a piece of computer software that we've had specially written, and that software takes the messages from these sensors and then it puts it into the scoring system, just like in a regular pinball game. If you hit one trick, you might get a certain number of points. If you hit a second trick, it's a combo, you might get bonus points. 3 tricks might be a mega combo and you get millions of points.
There's always politics within the judges and drivers, and there's always someone that leaves thinking, you know, maybe they deserve this or they deserve that. So I wanted to really create an event that was all about driver skill. So how close you place the car, how much angle you've got the car, how fast you've got the car, and actually be scored electronically was something that was just a dream. To have all these people come together and be like, yeah, this is possible, yeah, we can do this, we can do this. Now we have Red Bull Drift Shifters. The driver's first glance of the track will be the walk in the morning. When they're walking, they're going to be looking at the surface of the road, obviously to see how much traction they're going to get, how much commitment they can throw the car and how fast. They're going to be looking for all the combos. That's going to be the key element, to find the smooth line that's going to, you know, gain obviously all the combos and be able to tally up the most points.
I got a good idea for like the layout. I just need to figure out how long it takes to get the car around the course, and I should be able to do pretty good, I think.
You only have so much room that you can deal with, but us Kiwis will make it work no matter what. So yeah, just want to get into it, man, and the more crowd comes, the more wild we get, and it's awesome.
It's technical. It's going to be a lot of planning, trying to get the points and be smart where you're going. It's not just kind of freestyling, because you got to try to nail all those clipping points, the sensors, so you get the combos and stuff. Get that all added up and try to win the competition.
With over 10,000 eager fans lining the street, trees and buildings, the drivers entered the course for their 60-second practice runs and a first taste of Drift Shifters.
Red Bull Drift Shifters looks nothing like your typical drift track. Pretty much the way to describe it is a giant pinball machine. The first component of the track is the start line. As soon as the car edges forward past the sensor, the time will start. From there is the speed tunnel, foot to the floor as fast as possible. Next up is the angle box, where we need to flick it as hard and aggressive as possible. There's 2 sensors which are going to pick up exactly how much angle the car has got. At the far end of the course, we have the wall ride. A wall, radius perfectly 180 degrees with 5 proximity sensors. Good proximity and nice flow is going to get you maximum points on the wall ride. Then the Undertaker, a giant semi 18-wheeler truck where we'll slide the car underneath. We also have 3 bollards scattered across the course with proximity sensors. The final obstacle is the car wash. With 15 seconds to go, the flag will be raised. The driver then has 15 seconds to get back to the finish to make sure he spins the perfect 180 to get full bonus points.
It's technical, it's tight. You know, you have to hit this angle box, you know. A lot of these drivers know how to go fast and they know how to go sideways. But some of the other drivers are better at putting the car in just the right exact spot. You know, Sammy Hubinette's a stunt driver in films. You know, he's a 2-time world champion. Some of these local Kiwi drivers can just throw it in sideways hard and fast, but to make it technical and to make it precise, that's what's going to separate the men from the boys here at Drift Shifters.
The quality we have for Red Bull Drift Shifters is world class. It's fierce. I've hand selected 8 of the best from New Zealand. We then moved to 3 internationals. We have the best from Japan, Europe and USA. Representing USA, we have Matt Powers, consistent podium getter in the Formula Drift Championship that runs throughout USA. Drives a Nissan S14 with crazy horsepower. Representing Europe, out of Sweden, we have Samuel Hubinette, Mopar backed, 2-time Formula D Championship, drives NASCAR-powered V8 Dodge Challenger 2012. The thing is absolutely nuts. It's going to be the first time we've seen anything like it in this country. Representing Japan, we have Daigo Saito. This year, he has won the Formula Drift USA Championship, first time running in the USA. Last year, D1 GP champion, and also this year just clinching the Formula D Asia Pacific World Drifting Championship. Arguably the best drifter in the world at this present stage. He drives a 1200 horsepower Toyota Chaser, 2JZ powered nitrous. The thing is absolutely insane.
After several years planning, the moment of truth had finally arrived for Mad Mike.
So pumped right now, like now everything's here, everything's in place, ready to rock and roll, man.
You know, once you've got a bit of pedal damage, man, it's all downhill from there for a day.
You've got to be right on it. You know, these cars are set up so grippy. They're not like they used to be. They're full race cars. You make one mistake and you pay for it big time.
I know I can do it, but I just got to get everything to work right and have a little bit of luck on my side. Something brand new, with my own self, damn, I'm a fan too. Started with a dream, then all of it came true. Now the only thing I know is that nothing.
Go another try.
With qualifying completed, the top 8 scoring drivers progressed to the quarter-finals. With the rapid pace of the competition, crews are rushing to prepare their cars for the next round.
A winning team requires much more than just a good driver. It's a full package. The mechanics, the car build itself. I mean, between every run, the driver's going to feel it, and then obviously they'll be making adjustments to tyre pressures, wheel alignments. This is to the minute schedule. The driver needs to be on the grid, ready to rock and roll, or else he's disqualified.
First up was the 8th place qualifier Kiwi Kurt Whitaker, who was stricken with mechanical issues in his Nissan Skyline R34.
Yeah, we got a bit of a power steer issue and I keep throwing the belt off, and so I get halfway through the run and we lose our power steer belt. A little bit frustrating, but hey, it's an awesome course.
After a slow start in the qualifying round, Mad Mike put on a blistering performance, setting a new course record in his RX-8 by notching up over 1.7 million points. Daigo Saito didn't lack for power in his Lexus SC430 and racked up a very respectable 1.3 million points. But with the drivers finding their rhythm and lines, even scores in excess of 1 million didn't guarantee a driver entry into the semis.
You need to have a lot of confidence in what you're doing because of the concrete barriers and the technique. You just got to know your car.
Danon Templeman pushed his RX-7 and earned a healthy 1.1 million points, while fourth place qualifier Hugo McLean found himself languishing with just 400,000, a disappointment to him after his stunning 1.2 million qualifier.
I don't know what points I'm having, but I have a plan that I'm trying to achieve out there, and I just changed my plan because I think I'm second in qualification points right now, so I know what I need to change.
The Swede Samuel Hübinette threw his big dodge around the course with such accuracy he left the paintwork in concours condition. Fangadan also proved dexterous with his big Holden, scoring a competitive 1.4 million.
Because I had a bit of a routine of which way I was going to go and that, and because I sort of mucked up my line a bit, I just had to change it, and that's the good thing about like kind of this, you know, because you just turn it into something else.
First place qualifier Matt Powers, having put his collision with the bollard well behind him, continued to drive strongly with a cavalier type of confidence, and with 1.5 million, trailed only Mad Mike in the quarter-final scoring.
So just trying to focus on combos, keeping it flowing, and maximum angle is also getting maximum points. Yeah, we're sitting on top of the leaderboard now in the quarterfinals, fingers crossed.
With the quarter-finals complete, the top 4 drivers move forward into the semis. With an additional 10 seconds on the course, the drivers are forced to reconsider their runs to capitalise on the opportunity for higher scores. Having qualified 4th with a quarter-final score of 1.4 million points, local driver Dan Woolhouse was the first to make his semi-final run. Fangadan's trusty Commodore still bore the scars of his earlier battle with The Undertaker. But it was certainly not a case of once bitten, twice shy, as he attacked the course. If you've got live pause, rewind now and check Dan Woolhouse's wave to the crowd as he exits The Undertaker. That is control. He laid down a faultless run and let it all hang out, quite literally. He racked up his final burst of points on the course from the bollard and then parked the car perfectly. Scoring a very solid total of 1,277,000 points, Fangadan returns to the pits to watch the semi-final run of Samuel Hübinette. He's got an extra 10 seconds on the course to play with. He's driving the Dodge Challenger, aka fillet steak on wheels. The Swede attacked the course like a raging bull and decided that it was time to double up, hitting the wall ride not just once, but twice. With the points racking up, he moved on to The Undertaker and gave it some of the same treatment. With one clean pass, he came straight around the front of the truck and made a second pass through The Undertaker, and his score was looking very, very healthy. The American muscle car was then put to work at the bottom of the course as he attacked the bollard twice, got the car sideways through the angle box and then parked it perfectly in the Dirty Man car wash. With easily the most convincing and powerful drive so far, Samuel Hübinette returns to the pits with the day's highest score of 1.8 million. US driver and second place qualifier Matt Powers was next to hit the tarmac in the semi-finals. He was eager to see how he could put those extra 10 seconds to work. Unquestionably the fastest driver on the course, Powers set about buying himself more time to hit more features. Like Hübinette before him, he took 2 bites of the wall ride, but on each loop he managed to incorporate the bollard, so skyrocketing those combo scores. Racking up points, he hit the Undertaker twice, but exited facing down the course. Now at this stage, things started to get untidy, but having made so many points at the other end of the course, he had time to get that angle box perfectly square. It may not have been pretty, but in point scoring terms, it was truly breathtaking. Smashing the highest score, Matt Powers totals an incredible 2.8 million points. Having qualified in first, Mad Mike has now got an awful lot of work to do. As the last driver to go, Mike knows he's got to beat Hübinette's score of 1.8 million to make the finals. But on his first drift through that wall ride, he misses 2 of the sensors and fails to activate that combo, and the door to the finals is already closing. Started to regain his composure on the second half of this run, but the question is it too little, too late? A valiant late charge from Mad Mike, but that first mistake has cost him. The score just 970,000, which means Fanger Dan secures 3rd place and a spot on the podium, while Sammy Hübinette and Matt Powers square off in the final.
I don't know, I thought I was getting everything, but must have just missed the first bonus. Yeah, we were given another 10 seconds and I was like nearly 1 million points off my first run. So we're out of competition now, we've just missed out on the finals, but as an overall event for the first time, you know, it's just the atmosphere here is unbelievable and it's only bigger and better things to come, and this is Kiwi ingenuity right here. So proud.
You know, Sam's a really good driver and he's, you know, a stunt driver. He can put his car anywhere he wants, so I'm not taking the final lightly. I'm stoked to be in the final for sure, but, you know, it'd be really sweet to beat him, so I'm going to try and put it down and take him out.
Matt Powers comes out and scores in a million more here, so I gotta step it up and figure out where those bonus points are. It's tricky.
All eyes on the Crazy Swede as we get the finals underway. The Dodge Challenger tears out the speed tunnel. A fantastic start for Hübinette as he gets that car almost at 90 degrees through the angle box. Again, he comes straight down to the wall ride. Hits it twice, it works so well for him in the semis. And look how consistently close he gets that enormous Challenger to the barriers there. Evidence of his stunt driving heritage. Oh, and there's a problem for Hübinette. Could be a mechanical problem or it could be driver error. Hübinette is going to have to work very hard to recover this. Once again, Hübinette's doing some incredible work to park such a big car so precisely. Just shy of 1.4 million. By Hübinette standards, that is a low score. The Swede is on the ropes.
They're working hard on the car end of the night. But right now, Jay, 1.3 million. He beats that. He is officially
frustrating.
This is
he was just starting to die on me, like you get a fuel, like you're running out of fuel. It's not over yet. He's gonna have to go now and beat me, and anything can happen so far. So I'm still stoked and still part of the game.
Powers will have been told by his crew that Hübinette's had problems, and as he enters this course, he knows he only needs to keep his nose clean for the win. But will he play it safe? The short answer to that question on the evidence of this drive is no. a tidy drive. If drifting is a science, Matt Powers is the professor. He makes his way down to the car wash, and that is a fantastic finish to a very impressive run. Breaching the 2 million mark for the second time today, Matt Powers secures the win and the first ever Drift Shifters title.
Matty Powers.
I was just out there, and then I don't know. I went and did another loop I hadn't done before. I didn't plan to do, and I was just like, oh, what am I even doing? You know, I just wasn't even thinking about it. And I was like, this guy's a stunt driver. You know, he can put his car wherever he wants. He can put an inch of anything out there. And
you guys are very fortunate.
Coming into this event, I thought like 1 million points was going to be super hard, you know, like a 100-point run in your typical like freestyle motocross or something like that. And man, the skill level, the expectations are just blowing me away. Like Matt Powers blew over 2 million today. So yeah, it's just absolutely unbelievable. So like with this, you know, tight frame, we can set up anywhere. So, you know, big things to come, and we want to take this Kiwi Ingenuity global. So Tokyo, look out.